Well, good afternoon everyone and welcome to the indoor tennis centre here in Senayan, Jakarta. You join me for the second day of competition in the Axiata Cup, one of the great innovations on the badminton scene in this part of the world that's been seen for many, many years. It's an extraordinarily big ambition. It's got a huge financial pot at the end of this big rainbow of ambition. And I have to say, at $1 million US, suddenly badminton is being thrown into the world of big time as far as reward is concerned. There are great crowds here expecting to see a fabulous competition. Group J for Jakarta, Group K for Kuala Lumpur. These are the four teams. Malaysia Leopard is actually the B team, so to speak, the Macan Tutul for Malaysia. The A team did well last night. Here is the standings in Group J. Then Indonesia had a fabulous matchup and won quite easily in the end. Malaysia Leopards had a lot more of a struggle, but Singapore and Vietnam putting up a good competition as well. And we've got Singapore coming in just a couple of moments to play against local heroes Indonesia Garuda. Taufik Hidayat, one of the great heroes of badminton worldwide, not just in this country, but I tell you what, he is a big, big king around here. He's up against Gonansa, who really surprised everyone with his performance against Misbun Ramdan of Malaysia yesterday. So Gonansa will be up against the former Olympic and world champion Hidayat. We're going to get an introduction of the teams, and here's the Singapore squad coming first. That's great to see the smiles. They are definitely enjoying this. They settled easily, they settled well yesterday in their competition. There's the Lindan lookalike, and I just had a word with him a couple of moments ago, and he said, yeah, he's getting fed up with being compared with Lindan now. But hey-ho, that we're the media, and that's the kind of thing we draw attention to, isn't it? Sorry about that, but I'm sure you'll get used to it. Gonansa, Terry Yeo, Yi Liu, and Hong Chao, who really pushed Sulfadli Zulkifli, the present junior world champion, all the way to the wire yesterday. They are definitely knowing the challenge right here today. They know that the local heroes will be getting a big reception. There is one of them, Sonny Dwi Conchoro, one of the most wonderfully fluent players that's ever played the game. He'll be playing as the second singles against Wang Chao. Runner-up world junior champion, of course. Hendra Setiawan and Marcus Kido coming into the picture now. Marcus and Hendra, of course, top of the world rankings for so long, and we've still got the others, Bonasaptano and Muhammad Hassan, of course, who came in yesterday in their matchup. Watch out and listen. Here he is, the boy that the Axiata Cup was absolutely created for. The razzmatazz, the pizzazz, the charisma, the style, it's all there in one human form. He's called Taufik Hidayat, world champion in 2005. Just the year before he went to Athens and took the gold medal. He is definitely, in this part of the world, more than royalty. He is a big, big hero, and when you see him play, the style, the way in which he plays, you'll know why. Get a big buzz up the back of my neck at the moment, just thinking about where we are in the middle of Jakarta and what we're witnessing. The home A team, Taufik Hidayat, Hendra Setiawan, Marcus Kido and Conchoro. What a lineup. I think Indonesia Garuda are serious about this Axiata Cup. They don't need any more motivation than having a home hosting, and of course the huge $1 million prize money at the end of the rainbow, as I've said before. They're the battle scars of war that he has been at the top of the tree for the last 11 years as Taufik. He was 19 when he burst onto the scene, saying hi to Mr. Manit Chammongkong of Thailand. And, well, there won't be many times in his life when Robin Gonansa will be coming into a cauldron like this. It's not the Istora Senayan, it's just across the park. It's about half a mile away across the park at the Senayan indoor tennis. It's a much bigger playing space. It's a much higher roof. They are going to have to get used to the movement of air and the drift. And just watching Robin Gonansa limber up and warm up, he was saying that he is really ready for this, the challenge of a lifetime. First time that the Axiata Cup has been brought into existence. A team challenge between the great nations, the birthplace really of badminton in many respects. You have to say, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, for many, many years, even decades, been the heart and soul of badminton. Apologies to Denmark and England for saying so, and even China now, of course, in the modern era, but certainly Singapore, Southeast Asia, Jakarta, Indonesia and Malaysia were definitely the cradles of the development of the sport, no doubt at all about that. And we're back here now in Jakarta to witness another exciting development of the sport. And congratulations to the Total Sports Asia group who initiated the idea of this competition. They approached then the major sponsors, Axiata, who then saw it the first time that they're supporting sport at a major level like this. And of course then the support of the BAC, the Badminton Asia Confederation, and BAM and PBSI and all the other characters involved. They have brought this to life from concept to reality. Congratulations to them all, because this is something special. We had a great set of matchups yesterday. Even the youngsters coming through from Singapore and also from Malaysia. The Malaysian Leopards were doing well. Taufik on the left, he's just Mr. Incredible. He comes up with some extraordinary, surprising shots. He had two of the best shots of the tournament so far yesterday, and although he might just lack a little bit of accuracy, and certainly over the years that I've witnessed him, he can disappoint. He's not going to disappoint today, I can tell you, because he's well motivated. He needs that extra little bit of oomph and motivation to really, really bring out his A game. Robin Gonansa still warming up. There's a little bit of tension in his body, you can tell that. He's now on a stage that the world is watching, and Robin Gonansa performed really well yesterday, but he's moved up a league. He's moved up a huge step on the ladder of achievement. And there you can see his mouth is dry already. He is under a lot of pressure. Taufik Hidayat, he's been here before at the highest level. He knows what is expected. 6 times champion in Indonesia. This is his territory. You come in, you risk it all, but I tell you what, you could end up very bloodied if you try and challenge too closely. Taufik is definitely the real deal. Robin Gonansa has got the shuttle. He will start, and there Manit Chammongkong from Thailand is assisted by Sing Tongtop, also from Thailand. We're really looking forward to this one. We've got 6 matches here in Jakarta coming up, 6 more in Malaysia right after it. Here we go. That's a great start. That'll settle his nerves. Robin Gonansa comes up with a beautiful drop down into that forehand corner, and I have to say Taufik looked a little bit sluggish. Immediately he responds with a fabulous dummy drop. Great net play. That backhand, the infamous backhand from Taufik, was a little bit flat and too low. Oh, and another great shot. Accuracy from Gonansa. He is now set out his stall very nicely in these opening exchanges. 3-1, good play. It's absolutely perfect. It was. It's a great call. And I have to say, even at this juncture, the officials, the line judges have been absolutely right on the button. They were perfect yesterday. Even in replay, we couldn't fault them. So that's excellent. What a great opener there for the line judges and the officials. And a super point for Taufik. Another big shot, and Gonansa, although he looked a little bit nervous and tense at start, he has really opened up with great assurance. He hasn't put a foot wrong yet. He's under pressure, of course, from the crowd and everyone else around, but his own expectations are very high. Believe me, that's a great shot. And Taufik is a bit loose. He's made 3 errors now in the first 7 points. Great start for Singapore and Gonansa. That's short as well. Taufik has just got to get his mind into this. 6-2. That's wide. He's not got his act together at the moment. He's a notoriously slow starter. He lost the first game yesterday and then came through strongly to take the next 2. He lost the first 21-16, then went 21-18, 21-15 against Tianmen. He was very impressive. And that's the first error we've seen from Robin Gonansa. A little snatch backhand. He got very excited by that, tried to play it early, took his eye off it, hooked the frame. 3-7. And that error was forced from the power into the body. 4-7. And the continuous horns and the screaming and the shouting, it's all adding to a huge atmosphere here inside the tennis center. That's a great cross-court. At last we see the jump smash coming. Really good there for Taufik. He played one down the line that he missed. This one comes cross-court. Beautifully played. Let's have a look at this angle as it comes up for it. Good jump. Great control, and again the head told the story. He was looking to the right and he played it to the left. That's short, and a little bit of pressure creeping on now. Gonansa. Fantastic atmosphere here in Jakarta. Second day of the Axiata Cup. And another error, so 5 points in a row for Robin Gonansa. Taufik Hidayat against Robin Gonansa, who took a 7-2 lead. It's now squared up at 7s. That's way wide as well. Well, he probably realised at 7-2 that things were going far too well, and he started tensing up a little bit. Taufik improved his performance and his accuracy. And Robin has made some errors. It's out. Oh, he should have left it. He knows it too. He looked down at the line afterwards. He knew that was wide. Decided to play it. You know, it's a waste of a rally that. He was in control of it. Some great defensive play, but then a misjudgment. Great work from Gonansa again. Did really, really well. Again, that dry mouth is quite evident. He is in the biggest spotlight of his career. And he does well. That cross-court angle. It wasn't a hugely powerful hit, but it certainly was the angle that it came at his opponent that forced the error. He's now got a 10-8 lead. Singapore again starting well. It was a 22-20 in the first against Misbun Ramdan yesterday. And suddenly, Taufik comes to life. Watch out. Not that high off the ground, but great power, great accuracy, straight into the body. 9-10. Oh, that was brilliant play from Gonansa. Taufik had that net covered, played it beautifully, couldn't have played it any better. We go to the break at 11-9. Robin Gonansa, Singapore in the lead, and it's that superb response at the net. Just look at that. He just clipped the top of the net, and there was no way that that was coming back from Taufik. Great start for Singapore. From a 7-2 lead, they're back to now to 11-9, but it's still positive territory. Well, what exciting competition we are having. We had two great matches here in Jakarta in the afternoon yesterday. That was followed up in the evening in Kuala Lumpur. And there's no doubt at all that the performance in Kuala Lumpur was also fascinating, very, very interesting. And I know that the Malaysians are loving it. 10-11. Some really close battles yesterday evening in Malaysia. I'll tell you after this point. That is excellent play from Robin Gonansa. He's pushing Taufik all around the place, and he is moving in such a way with such economy that I'm very impressed to say that he is not being phased at the moment, keeping up a really big pressure on Taufik. And again, you see, absolutely waiting for that response at the net, leaps at it like a salmon and kills it dead for 13-10. In the matches in KL last evening, Thailand versus Indonesia, Rajawali, that's the second Indonesian team. They won it 3-0. Sugiarto, Chandran Gunawan and Rumbaka were the losers, and it was actually, I beg your pardon, it's the other way around. I'm just looking at Indonesia, Rajawali were the victors. So Sugiarto, Chandran Gunawan together with Rumbaka were the winners over Ponsana, Jonglip, Nippon and Sapanyo. But the one that everybody was watching out for, Malaysia first team, the Malaysia Tigers, Hafiz Hashim, Lim Kimwa, Go, Shem and Muhammad Arif. That was a 3-0. The only one that was a little bit closer was the doubles pairing, but it was 3-0 for Malaysia Tigers, and it was 3-0 for Indonesia or Rajawali. You get the impression they like their badminton here. Well, This is a whole new level for Gonansa, and he is definitely stepped up to the challenge. He's got a 14-12. Every point that Taufik concedes, you won't hear any kind of reaction from the crowd. It's just a continuous horns and hubbub and drums and cymbals until Taufik gets the point, and then listen out. It is just long. 15-12. I get the impression Taufik wants to have this over with early. He doesn't want to wait and get it done in 3. He wants it done in 2. But he's really being stretched here. That's a great shot. It's so fluent, it's beautiful movement, and it's so accurate. 13-15, Taufik is serve. Again, that cross court on the angle with a lot of power from Taufik, does the job, forces the error. 14-15, the crowd will get excited the closer to the end of this game we get. 14-15, atmosphere building, I can hardly hear myself. That is a great rally developing. Fantastic, absolutely dead there for Taufik to level things at 15-all. But I have to say, Gonansa is playing a full part in this matchup. He is, well, you see, that one was far too high, but he is matching Taufik shot for shot. It's a very impressive performance by the young Singapore player. Too hard, too powerful. 16-15. And now the experience coming through. He's been made to work for it, is Taufik Hidayat, but he's now in the lead for the first time in this match. It's in. It's a great, great lift. Beautiful clear to the back. Taufik thought it had gone long. It's 16s. Well, the Axiata boys must be absolutely delighted with this opening weekend of competition. This is the preliminary stage, and we've got an atmosphere befitting a world final, let alone a preliminary round. It's brilliant. I love it. Out, 17-all. Well, it's no wonder they're being allowed a towel down by Mani, the umpire. They are working very hard. They're pushing each other all around this court. The atmosphere is electric. It's what most people thrive on, particularly this young man. He's 30 years old, young now. Can't believe it. And that's the excitement that is generated when Taufik is on court. There's great emotion in this Senayan Tennis Centre. It's a perfect shot. Came forward, stabbed it like a fencer coming at an opponent. Jabbed it into the corner beautifully. 18-17. This is towards the end of the first game. Second day of competition, Axiata Cup. That's out. It's 18-all. He's not absolutely settled at the moment. He's not in the zone. Just trying a little bit hard there. Oh, unlucky. Gonansa almost took it early behind his head. That would have been a fabulous reaction reflex shot. He missed it. It's 19-18. Taufik in the serve from the odds court. That's gone. Wild shot there. He was forced to play it early. You can see the perspiration absolutely pouring off him. He's been challenged here. It's 19 all. Oh, and an error there by Gonansa gives Taufik Hidayat gain point. It really is a great battle. What we want more than anything as fans of badminton is to have a close encounter. Really, both players digging deep, and that's exactly what's happening at the moment. It's a great battle. Game point, Indonesia. Ooh, deuce at 20s. A brave shot from Gonansa to play that delicate drop at the net. Look at this. And that should have been bread and butter to Taufik. He's obviously a little bit nervous as well. That's better. That's what he meant to do before. 21-20. Second game point, Taufik. Oh, that is brilliant play from Gonansa. Absolutely excellent. It's the kind of arrogant shot that Taufik would play. Excellent work. Gonansa fighting for his life in this opening game as he puffs out his cheeks there, just getting a little bit of extra oxygen in. It's 21 all. Oh, Taufik, you've missed it. It was on a plate there. 99 times out of 100 he would have made that shot. He got a bit excited, took it a little bit early, got all around it, tried to put too much power. It's 22-21. Singapore's Robin Gonansa about to take a game from Taufik. Oh, that is absolutely stunning from Taufik Hidayat. Anybody doubting whether this Axiata Cup inaugural meeting means anything to these players, you just watch out. That was absolutely a brilliant save. It was a diving save midway through that rally from Taufik Hidayat. It was superb. It meant that Robin Gonansa was back on his heels. He couldn't believe that he couldn't make it. And that brings the scores level at 22 all in this opening game. Excitement aplenty here in Senayan in Jakarta. Wow, it's a great privilege to be here, I have to say. And I hope you're getting a little bit of the atmosphere at home, because it is sensational. Taufik on court is something special. Taufik on court in Jakarta is something really special. It's 22 all, first game. Axiata Cup, second day, it's out. 23-22. Taufik Hidayat.
23-22.
$1 million in prize money at the end of a 3-week championship. It's short, and Indonesia take a 1-0 lead in the first matchup. Second day, Singapore's Robin Gonansa fought brilliantly. He was hugely competitive. In the end, he just tipped out by Taufik Hidayat. But there was one moment in that match, you have to say, that Taufik Hidayat showed his quality, his class, and above all, his total commitment to this Axiata Cup. It was that dive, when he played the dive to retrieve. That's the final point right there, and that was a little bit of an anticlimax. But if anyone doubted Taufik Hidayat or Indonesia in terms of their commitment to this competition, it was absolutely answered with that diving save. It was something special. Well, as I grab some breath as well, Gonansa can be really proud with that performance. He came so close to upsetting the form books and taking a game from Taufik Hidayat. There are not too many top-class players that can actually shout and scream about that, particularly in Jakarta. Somehow he's so well motivated in this town. He's loved and respected, and he wakes up in the morning knowing that he's got to perform.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
That is one of the great shots. This one is cross-court. It comes down right in front of us. Some great replays. And of course, with that score, a 24-22 in favour of Taufik, he's now in a good position to see it home. The drums and the horns, they're all there. We just a little sampling of the shuttle. Are we going to change it? Looks like it. Continuous noise and hubble and bubble, and he's had a great tournament, has Manit, not put a foot wrong. Well, this is always the danger, of course. Taufik, his concentration might just waver a little bit. Great shot. Gonansa again gathers himself together, takes a 2-0 lead. Short.
Service over. 1-2.
Conchoro in the background. He'll be second singles after the doubles. And we will play all 3 matches scheduled. That's a great shot. Lovely dummy. Shaped up to play it with power. Took the pace off it. Watch this. Yeah, beautiful. Cut across the shuttle. Great clear. Didn't he? Oh, that's very, very fortunate for Gonansa. But that Taufik lift from the net was absolutely amazing. He won. Gonansa won the point a little bit fortuitously off the net. And tried to sort of nudge the shuttle over the net. He missed it. It's 3-all, and I am competing with a huge cacophony of noise. It's long. Taufik has the lead now at 4-3 in this second. That's gone as well. Struggling to look at that line nearest me. I'm about 12 meters back from the court, a little bit higher on the first level of spectator. And it is a great view that I have. And the number of times we've seen that shuttle going long right in front of me. We've now got a Mexican wave just starting beside me. That is brilliant stuff. What a rally. Absolutely superb rally. Well played, both players there. With the backdrop of the colour and the excitement of a huge tournament in Jakarta. these players are still able to pull out everything in terms of their technique and their style. It is quite stunning. And again, he takes it off the net, a huge hit of the tape, and gets it over. Well, if he can perfect that shot, Robin Gonansa will be absolutely over the moon. He's got a 3-point deficit, 4-7, and he misses that one, 8-4. These are real athletes and real sportsmen in an amphitheatre of excitement. That's gone again. That's the third time this game. It's 9-4, and Taufik really laying down a big marker in this second game. That's out, and Gonansa getting a bit anxious. He doesn't want the rallies to go on too long. He's not keeping the shuttle in play. And Taufik finding a way here. They go to the interval. It's 11-4 in favour of Taufik Hidayat, the former world and Olympic champion. Is finding some great form here. His opponent, Robin Gonansa, took him very, very close and had a real opportunity in one rally to take the first game, but ultimately fell at 24-22. It's much easier in this second game, and Taufik is finding a way. It's not just the way he's playing, he's now got definitely a psychological advantage as well. The image is now beginning to shine through. Great performance though, and this one of the great things about the Axiata Cup, it's giving many of the Southeast Asian nations opportunities to showcase their talent and give their newcomers, their youngsters, a chance to be in the big time. $1 million at stake. Wow. We're in the tennis center. It's getting up there with the tennis boys as well, isn't it? That kind of reward. Another error on the line. Closest to me. 4 now. 12-4 in match score.
Service over. 5-12.
That is an absolutely superb drop from Taufik. He is pushing his opponent all around the court to all the 4 corners. He's doing it with great style and with great ease. And this is now a lesson for Gonansa. It's out. Again, trying to force the pace a little bit. Too anxious to place it as wide as possible beyond the reach of Taufik, and he fails. Yeah, too much angle on it. Taufik looking in absolute prime condition. He's certainly in great score position. But it's not just that, it's the way in which he's conducting himself, and that's gone again. Oh my goodness. If only they'd been watching yesterday and saw all the errors on that line. Just got to hold back a little bit on that shot. And again, he's just getting tighter, more tense. And the harder he tries to work to force the pace, the more errors he makes. And Gonansa was so competitive in the first, and we'll be watching this with interest when he reviews it to see where he went wrong. That was a very good shot, beautifully played. The simple matter is he should just try to work to keep it in play, and and just keep Taufik on the court in the rally, not try to force it too much. Great badminton. Brilliant. That was so much better. You see, forcing him to clear, then he gets a really big jump smash in. And I know it's a long way back, but that was a very good rally. Excellent point for Robin Gonansa. That must tell him something. He's got to have a bit of patience here. That's short. That's 8-16. My goodness, the atmosphere and the noise levels inside this stadium, unbelievable. 8-16. Great shot. Taufik determined to stop that rally and to stop any momentum that might be building from Gonansa. 17-8, just 4 points from the first victory for Indonesia. It's out, it's 18-8. 18-8. Yeah, good work. Again, it was a rally that was much more controlled. He wasn't forcing the pace, just pushing it into places that kept pressure on Taufik, and it worked beautifully. You'll probably look at the scoreboard and wonder what went wrong. Well, you can't give the shuttle to Taufik up the tee and expect it to get it back like with anything else but interest. 19-9, short, 10-19.
10-19.
Well, whatever, you have to say Robin Gonansa has learnt a lot. He has been very competitive. He's put on a great show for all of us here. Against one of the great legends of badminton history, let alone of today's playing professionals. 20 points to 10, it's match point, game and match point. Taufik Hidayat, Indonesia Garuda. Showboating a little bit there, and that's out. 11-20, it's still 9 match points, Taufik. Another excellent rally. This could be the final one. No, it's short. That's a great rally for Robin Gonansa, and that is 12-20. What a fabulous rally. It was developing beautifully, all four corners of the court, and there was a chance earlier on for Gonansa to win the point as one of Taufik's lifts down the side was definitely drifting wide. He continued to play on. It was a 20-plus shot rally. It was brilliant. Still 8 match points, and that is in. Wow, 13-20. Well, often when I'm commentating, I refer back to the Lee Chong Wei recovery. That is in. That is the match. It's 21-12 in the second to Taufik Hidayat of Indonesia Garuda. Robin Gonansa put up a great fight. He was blown away in the second game, but you have to say that was a very inspiring performance by Taufik. He realised he was in trouble, 3 points adrift in the teens in the first game. He pulled his match together, a really brilliant saving dive when he was 22-21 down, brought him back into the match, and he won it 24-22 in the first, 21-12 in the second, and Indonesia take a lead into this second day of competition in the Axiata Cup preliminary rounds competition. Well, I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. I tell you what, this is something very special. The Axiata Cup is bringing a real atmosphere into badminton in Southeast Asia.